So the savage Alen Babić scores a third round TKO over Damian Chambers. I just caught this fight today, a little bit busy over the weekend. But yeah, here's my thoughts on the fight and my thoughts on Alen Babić. So unsurprisingly, he came out in this fight, opening bell went, and he came out like a bull in a china shop and was just all over Damian Chambers like a rash. Damian Chambers, I knew I'd heard the name somewhere, but I just couldn't remember where it was from. I'd never seen him fight, but I knew the name. And of course, he was in the Ultimate Boxer tournament, and he lost to Michael Lawal, from what I can see. And so a cruiserweight coming up to heavyweight. He did his best job at trying to keep Babic at bay, threw a couple jabs to the body, but way too static, not big enough, not strong enough, not powerful enough, not even really mobile enough to provide any resistance for Babic, who came in with his wide right hands and his wide hooks, just constant pressure for the 3 rounds. And he sent Chambers down in the first round. I think it was about 40 seconds in, very clean left hook, and Chambers actually held himself up on the ropes, got to his feet, and he wasn't wobbling and stumbling, but the look I saw on Chambers' face and in his eyes, he was buzzed, and he was just looked like he was a little bit drunk in terms of the expression on his face. He was just kind of away with the fairies a little bit, but he managed to go another 2 rounds and was then taken out by Babic, who kind of caught him in this little bit of a flurry and then just clobbered him with what punch was it? I think it was it another left hand? Yeah, I think it was a left hand that it completely spun Chambers, and he was facing outside the ring, so hopefully he's okay. Haven't seen any worrying headlines or signs since the fight, but yeah, brutal knockout, brutal stoppage. Really to be expected from Alen Babić, because he's not the biggest heavyweight. He's actually a fairly small heavyweight. I think he's only about 6'1". What does he weigh? Not even 209 pounds. So yeah, very small guy, but he makes up for the lack of size with pretty decent weight transitions and getting a lot of purchase into his shots, and he can really link together those punches left and rights. And he's not, I don't want to say that he has great skills, because he doesn't, but he's not a slouch. I think I remember hearing that he had a lot of amateur fights, but he not a particularly high level, but he's familiar. He knows what he's doing in the ring, and he certainly knows how to punch. There could be a little bit more refinement there, don't get me wrong, but the fact is, with the technique he has, he can knock out a lot of people. So if he continues on a journey of improvement and refinement, I think he's going to be fun. I mean, he's fun to watch now, fighting the likes of Shaundell Winters and Tom Little and Damian Chambers. It's fun, it's exciting, it's explosive, and you know what you're getting. One of the things that made Mike Tyson so appealing back in the day, and even I know this, and this was 30 years ago, Mike Tyson, you knew what you were getting with him. You knew he'd come out fast and he'd throw hard shots, and he was trying to knock people out, and fans want to see that. It doesn't necessarily mean or matter, it's not about what level Alen Babić goes to, if he reaches world level or not. It's irrelevant. It's the fact that you know what you're getting with him. Of course we want to see him in competitive fights, but the fact is, we want to see him fight the way he fights, and it's just exciting. He has no regard really for what's coming back. Maybe that's because of the level of his opposition, but even in his mentality, you see his interviews and he's very bullish, and he doesn't strike me as a bully. I think he has a gentleman side to him, but he's intense. He wants to fight. He loves fighting, and that alone makes someone dangerous. You combine that with the good punching power he has, and the pressure he brings. The desire to want to hurt his opponent. It just makes for entertaining viewing, and you kind of watch his fights, and you're like wincing and waiting to see how he splatters his opponents. He is on a collision course with Nick Webb, who personally I've never rated Nick Webb that highly. A big man and a big puncher, but not someone who's particularly skilled. I think he's his movement's quite laboured. He's a big guy, kind of lumbering. But at the end of the day, they're both on a similar level, I want to say. Babic is undefeated, whereas Nick Webb has, is it 3 defeats now, Nick Webb? Let me just check. Apologies, guys. Should have got this up before, but I think it's 3 defeats. Oh, 2 defeats. So I know one's to Dave Allen and the other one is to Kamil Sokolovsky. Yeah, of course. So it's only 2 defeats. Maybe doesn't have the best punch resistance, but can certainly punch himself. And I believe that's going to be a good fight when it's made. So hopefully it's made soon. Babic is scheduled to fight. I saw the guy's name. What is his name? It's on the Matchroom fight card in August, I think. Yeah, so Mark Bennett. I'm not sure who this Mark Bennett guy is. I'm going to have to watch a little bit, see if I can find some and do another video. But yeah, I haven't had a chance to talk about Alen Babić. I think he's great. He doesn't have the most amount of skill, but it's the entertainment value. You know what you're getting. His fighting style matches his personality, and it's explosive and it's dramatic and it's brutal, and it's what boxing is. It's what you want from boxing. But on that note, I still hope that he can make some improvements, which I do think he will, because he's not a complete slouch. When you watch him, in between his power punches, he doesn't make the amateurish mistake of like winging a massive shot. And when I say wing, I mean really committing to it and turn it over and then coming back to the center line. He doesn't really stay on the center line. He does a good job of carrying his weight over, generating that power and making up for a lack of size. But in between those power punches, he'll use the hand. So if he throws a left hook and he turns over and brings himself to the back half of his stance, he'll then use that unloaded left to control and kind of threaten his opponent, and then that will lead into the next power shot and he'll do the same thing. And so I think he understands positioning, at least at an elementary level, but then that provides a basis for him to then improve and I'd say become a decent force in the heavyweight division, if not cruiserweight if he wants to move down, or bridgerweight if that idea, that weight class actually comes into fruition. But I like Babic. He could be more skilled, but he's entertaining, and you can tell he knows what he's doing in there. So yeah, I'm excited to see him come out again. Good victory, but over a good highlight reel knockout, but over someone who's coming up from cruiserweight, seemed to have not the greatest punch resistance, because in his stoppage defeat to Michael Lawal, Damian Chambers was stopped in the first round. So yeah, probably not the most durable guy. But at the end of the day, these are essentially Alen Babic's they're his development fights. And so I think we just have to sit back and enjoy the ride and see where he goes next. Hopefully that Nick Webb fight happens soon. It'd be a travesty if it doesn't. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think of the fight in the comment section below. If you liked this video, give me a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, thumbs down. It's all good. Subscribe to the channel if you like the video, and I'll catch you in the next video, guys. So yeah, thanks for watching.